Hello and welcome to the annual Yahrzeit edition of the short Vort for Parshas Metzorah and Pesach, Zecher Nishmas Imi Marasi Gittel Bas Moshe, Zechrona Levracha, on Zion Nisan. This year's theme will be a Chinuch lesson on a mother's Yahrzeit. In Parshas Shemos, Perek Yud Pasuk Beis, it says, "The man tesaper be'aznei bincha ben bincha," to tell about the miracles of Egypt into the ears of your children and your grandchildren. Rabbi Walkin and others ask, Rabbi Walkin, why is it that it has to say be'aznei, in the ears of? Of course, that's what you hear. What is the Torah, which is very practical and skims on its words to minimize as much as possible? What is it telling us? He says the lesson is that it's not enough to talk to someone, but you have to make sure that the message goes where it needs to go. Especially on the night of the Seder, where we're told, "V'higadet lebincha keneged arba banim divrei Torah," you have to tell and communicate to each child, or even an adult child, what is specific to them so that they can relate to it, so that they will get the message. We've discussed over the years quite a number of the midos of my mother. And this year, what I'd like to highlight is a point about something she did with my father in regards to Chinuch, that they were makayim this point of dealing with each of their children specifically according to their needs. They personalized it. It wasn't one size that fit all. But one particular note, before my mother was nifteres, remember, she took the time and the effort, and she wrote letters to her children, giving them personalized messages for them to use throughout their life. And these notes were given according to their personalities. In addition, Rabbi Walkin talked about one of the most important things regarding Chinuch, and that's to build up the self-esteem of a child. That the more you break down a child, the harder it is to put back together the pieces when they grow up. He says, why does it say in the Haggadah, the she'eno yodea lishol, the one that doesn't know how to ask? Why didn't it just say the she'eno yodea, the one doesn't know? And then that's why they're not asking. He answers that the reason for this is because a person may be just shy. They may know the answer. They may be scared. And they're not going to ask a question because they're intimidated. And that may be this child. He's afraid of his righteous chacham brother, or he's being mocked by his Rasha brother, and even though he knows, he's afraid to ask. So we are told for him, at Pesach lo, you open up this closed child. At is a lashon of female. Why is that? Because the role of the father is to give the musar, to give the rebuke. The role of the mother is to uplift the child. She's the one who builds or rebuilds when this child needs chizuk. But Walkin says that you don't tell the mother should never say, when your father gets home, he's going to punish you. Rather, she should say, when your father gets home, he will deal with you. A mother should never be associated with punishment. And so that's why it says, at Pesach lo, that she should take the chizuk, she should take the child that is closed, and then be the one that they can always go to, and be close to them and open them up. I'd like to conclude with a thought that on Metzorah, that I think that the reason is that Metzorah, when it's a leap year, is so often, if not always, the parsha right before Pesach, because it's the parsha of Saras, the parsha of Lashon Hara, where we learn the importance of saying the right thing and how you say it, and of course avoiding saying the wrong things. And I think that fits perfectly with the lesson of Chinuch, how to teach the children. I think my mother knew how to do that. I hope that I will too. Have a Chag Kasher v'Sameach. Thank you for listening, and have a wonderful Shabbos.